hit show, Man Who Does Things. Today, I thought I'd do something different. Instead of doing something myself, I'm going to teach you, the viewer, how to do something. Now, isn't that something? Follow. 30 minutes up. Then, shake it off. Hello, I'm Milton Butterfield, star of SOP Television 123 hit show, Man Who Does Things. You might remember me from such videos as Man Eats Nectarine, Man Drinks a Glass of Water, How to Make a Scotch and Coke, and another Red Wedding reaction video. Today I thought I would do something different from what I usually do. Instead of doing something myself, I'm going to teach you, the viewer, how to do something. And that something is how to be a badass. Now, isn't that something? Now, first question you're asking yourself is, Milton, what is a badass and why do I need to be a badass? Well, here's the story. I have these friends, Orville and Betty Slump. Now, they're both in their late 60s. They're both retired. Orville used to work at a calendar company. Betty was a school teacher. And they've been married for 39 years. And this year, for their 40th wedding anniversary, they decided they were going to do something special. And that something special was take a trip to New York City, the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps. They were going to go see the Statue of Liberty, visit Times Square, go see a Broadway play, the whole 9 yards. But then about 2 weeks ago, they both got cold feet about the whole trip to New York City. You see, New York City, much like Chicago, Los Angeles, Albuquerque, all of our biggest cities, have a problem with crime. They seem to be infested with murderers, muggers, pickpocketers, con men, and jaywalkers who want nothing more to do in life than to rob you, murder you, and sometimes even sexually molest you in that order. So they decided that they'd rather go to Yellowstone National Park. And in their words, we'd rather deal with the grizzly bears than those street punks in New York City. Funny thing that they say, grizzly bears. See, the grizzly bears that they might encounter in Yellowstone are a lot like the street punks they might encounter in New York City. Grizzly bears are scary. They have sharp teeth, fangs, and they roar, just like the street punks in New York City. Here's the thing. When you're dealing with a grizzly bear, your best option is not to run away from it. That grizzly bear will chase you down and eat you. It's not to crawl into the fetal position. That bear will tear you apart. No, when you've got a grizzly bear coming at you, your best option is to stand up your ground, to stand up to it, to present yourself as something bigger than that grizzly bear. The grizzly bear is probably more scared of you than you are of it, will then go away. And that's what you've got to deal with when you're dealing with the street punks in New York City. You need to present yourself as something tougher than them, something meaner than them, or as the kids like to call it these days, a badass. And that's what I'm going to teach you in these instruction videos, how to be a badass, the walk and talk of being a badass, the way to look like a badass. I'm going to demonstrate myself how to be a badass. And then I'm going to go out and find some street punks and show them what a badass looks like. And if you follow my instructions, you too can be a badass, at least in the United States. If you're going across the pond, say at London, and you want to know how to be a badass in the UK, you can check out another video by Hana Huxley called How to Be a Badass, which was the inspiration for these videos. And she will teach you how to be a badass over in the United Kingdom. But if you're going to stay in the States and you want to be a badass, come to this guy.